save behind it as well. Whether that is the maybe Shadow Demon could be an interesting option as well if they wanted to go down that route if they don't like the Oracle. But there's no reason to doubt Oracle. That hero's been super good throughout this tournament. So I do hope they pick that one up. So let's get into the draft for game number 2. And VP Prodigy going to start us off with a Drow ban. Nothing particularly exciting to begin this draft off with. I wonder if Phoenix gets through. Nope.
If it ain't broken, why fix it, right? And Alliance just instantly banning out that Phoenix because they see the Drow ban. They're like, oh, you guys want Phoenix. That's why you ban the Drow. Drow, good counter to Phoenix. Mm-hmm. And Clockwork also being banned out. Not going to give that to Mr. Hanskin here.
Yeah, I think the Tiny might be... We might see it again, but there's the Enchantress ban. Thank God.
Ooh, we get the DM Magnus now. Or GPK Magnus.
Probably.
I can hear the voice lines coming out from VP Prodigy. I love it.
There it is.
Yeah, these young boys, they gotta drop the voice lines. Limp just disconnected. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, the Virtus Prodigy Magnus. No, pass. Hard pass. We're moving on. But yeah, I mean, this Magnus is something which Virtus Prodigy are super comfortable playing. If you guys don't know, they can play it on GPK. They can play it on DM. Both play a very, very, very strong Magnus. So this has to be something which Alliance have a plan to deal with. And they're going to pick up a Venge.
Yeah, so the Venge, I'm thinking Alliance are going for some kind of an aura draft in this game. I think it's really good against Magnus because it allows you to play... even if you fall a little bit behind, you got that aura to like buff up your heroes and stay competitive. I'm lacking the word right now. Like at the same pace as VP Prodigy, pretty much. And they're gonna go with a Morphling instantly pick up here too.
Venge Morph.
I'm not too sure about the Morph this early into the draft, but with second pick, if you don't want to put yourself in a really awkward position in the draft, you have to kind of like pick a carry now and just ban out 3 counters to it.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, the thing with Morphling, though, is that it feels like a lot of different roles can cause issues for this hero.
Yeah, exactly. And VP Prodigy have so many heroes that they can draft now to actually counter this Morphling. I think 3 bans are just not enough to protect your Morph. And on top of that, you're fighting into Magnus and Lina. This could already be the off lane for VP Prodigy, the Mag and the Lina. And it looks like a really hard lane for Morph.
Yeah, it does.
Fighting into someone who has such high attack range.
Yep, the Mag, one of the few heroes which can go toe-for-toe for last hits with Morphling as well, with him being able to match and even outpace his damage very early on, at least. So what bans are we expecting from Alliance? They've already gotten rid of that AA, which could be very annoying for a Morphling. Anything else we should worry about here? I mean, I imagine they get rid of the Faceless Void, right?
Right, they got to ban like Phantom Lancer, I think, here. Venge Morph is pretty bad against PL in this situation. Some mana burn creeps are kind of interesting. Invoker, VP Project can easily pick an Invoker in this draft. Something that can buy Vessel. I mean, Vessel is not really like a counter to Morph anymore because people just buy Manta first item anyway on this hero, and you just end up spending too much gold on an item that just doesn't give you a whole lot of stats. But like Scotty heroes, Shivas, like these are the things that are really good against Morph actually in the mid-late game in general. But yeah, mana burn heroes. That's what I'm looking at mainly. I think Invoker is great for VP Prodigy if they want to go down that route again. It worked out for them earlier. Faceless Void is still available too in this draft.
It is. Going to be somewhat concerning.
I can't imagine Alliance leaving Void again.
No way, right? No, not when they got Morphling as well. That's got to be too scary for them, surely.
Void Mag. This is what VP Project played game 1 against Navi as well. And they were doing so good that game.
They're taking their time. They're going to think it through. I mean, it has to be on their minds after that first game, but do they think they have the answers to it? I mean, you've already got the Venge, which is an okay hero versus Void. You can swap heroes out of Chrono, which is always nice. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so. I worry.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Especially going into the late game. It's more of the Magnus just empowering this Void and allowing him to farm up and, getting like one item over your opponent carry or just a couple thousand gold over your opponent carry and then just being able to pretty much kill these supports. Like you don't have to drop the Chrono right away, right? And if you have Chrono and Magnus, then you also have to worry about the Mag RP too in the engagements. So there's multiple things that the bench has to consider And they're going to ban out the Phantom Lancer. That's a good ban anyway. I mean, I think it would just be way too annoying for Morphling to deal with that.
Yep, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. There's know that Epileptic Kid, it's one of his favorite heroes as well. So if he did pick up that PL, then you know he'd be very, very confident with it. Not something you want to come toe to toe with.
I just can't help but feel like BB Project is just going to pick Phases Void and Invoker again with his next 2 picks.
Yeah, hopefully Alliance have a plan for that. There's got to be a reason they left the Faces Void in the pool. They've got to feel confident that this Avenge +1 is going to be enough to get rid of it. It just depends on what the +1 is. Or maybe VP Prodigy want to take it in a different direction. They've got the Magnus, they've got the Lena. Maybe they want to move in towards a Juggernaut or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the VP Project might even be thinking about like an anti-mage potentially. I hope they just don't go that route. I'm not a big fan of AM here. So, okay, they're going to go with the save. Oracle. All right.
I like this a lot. I think this is a great counter to the Morphling as well. Obviously, you've got the save from the ultimate, but also you've got the Fate's Edict, which if Morphling goes shotgun, completely counteracts that one if you're quick on your fingers. So, and also disarm onto the Wind Ranger can, you know, if this hero is just going to play a 4, rush MKB, then Oracle's just going to disarm her, and she's, you know, not going to be able to have that high of a game impact.
It's a really good hero here, and you can also purge off the win run.
Yep. I actually would have really liked to see the Oracle for Alliance, even though they've already got the Venge, like the Oracle just to purge off the Mag. It was a great answer to him before from Na'Vi, but yeah, now they go for the Ember.
Oh, wow. S4 is just saving his hero for last.
He is.
They're saving the offlaner for
being
the
a greedy boy.
That's the captain advantage right there. It's like, let's get the Ember. But it's so weird that they take the Ember here because it's up against Oracle, which is normally pretty annoying. And then this also exposes the Wind Ranger's role in this game, I think. It's going to be support. I don't think it's going to be offlane Wind Ranger for the most part. It's like, what, 70%, 80% support, 20% possibly offlane.
Yeah.
And you know the safe lane now, Benj and Morph. These two heroes have very low attack range. I think Alliance gave away a lot in this draft, and their team fight just looks not that good either. They need to keep on fighting, keep on getting small skirmishes and snowballing off of it with the heroes that they have at the moment.
Yeah, and with a Morphling, that's not that easy. The hero, you know, hits some timings, but as mentioned before, it doesn't look like the greatest E-Blade game. Probably want to be going down the Manta route instead, and VP Prodigy do go for that anti-mage. Do you like it?
Yep. I mean, I said I'm pretty sure they're thinking of this anti-mage, right? Looking at these heroes. I think they could have had better heroes than anti-mage. Like, for example, the Faces Void, I think it would have been awesome in this game. And Epileptic Kid is so good with it. It would give him a little bit more team fight. But this anti-mage, you know, he always has that potential to just completely take over the game, right? We've seen this AM with just skipping out on Battle Fury, going Mask of Madness into Manta. I think that kind of build can really work in this game. Yeah. I didn't like it if they picked it in the position of the Oracle. Since they picked it now after seeing the Wind Ranger and Ember, I like it a little bit more because Alliance don't have a whole lot of auras in this game, and they ban out the Beastmaster. That was the perfect. I was gonna say you gotta ban Beast, Bench plus Morphling. That would really roll over Anti-Mage. So they ban out the Beastmaster. No more auras from him. No more high tower damage output hero. It was a really, really good ban from VP Prodigy.
What are you expecting next? A Slardar ban from VP Prodigy?
Yeah, Slardar.
There it is.
There it is. Exactly. The hero that can ruin anti-mage. I think Legion Commander might have even been a better ban because you do have Oracle who can purge off the Corrosive Haze, but Slaughter is just a better laner than Legion is, right?
Yeah.
Like the Corrosive Haze only comes in the mid game, late game, where you're kind of more worried about the laning stage. That's what matters. For these teams anyway. So Slardar gives that immediate laning stage presence that Alliance would be able to get, and the minus armor also like him. Oracle can't always purge it off, and Morphling Bench. It's going to be a lot of physical damage.
Yeah, hurts a lot. Well, Alliance with the final ban here. I'm wondering what their offlane
I want to see Invoker here.
Whoa, that was quick. They go straight in for the Necrophos pickup on VP Prodigy.
Okay, so a bit more of a farm intensive hero, I want to say here. They're gonna put that middle, but if Necro fights into Ember or Morph, he's gonna be fine, right? So that's their idea here with the Necro, and then the Necro can also buy like some kind of team items if needed in this game. It's just gonna be that like immovable wall for VP Prodigy.
Yeah, he's a brick wall hero just to plonk in the middle. And the final
Shadow
pickup is going
Demon.
to be Shadow Demon for
Oh,
Alliance.
spicy.
Wow, interesting.
I like it.
Talk me through it.
So the Shadow Demon, he can use Disruption on the Anti-Mage. You get the illusions, burn his mana up. He can get caught out. He will die like if he doesn't click his third skill on the Disruption. Necrophos, also the Purge on the Necrophos, not allowing the second skill to stay on. And it can also purge off all of the Purifying Flames for Oracle when the Oracle ults someone. So you're going to be removing all that healing abilities from the Shadow Demon. That being said, though, it is a position 5 Shadow Demon, and S4 is going to be playing position 3 Venge. So Venge and Windranger are going to be going offlane against Anti-Mage and Oracle. So you got this double ranged heroes against AM, trying to punish him that way. I would have loved to have seen the Shadow Demon beat a core, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was thinking that would be pretty good, but nope. In the end, they swap it around and they put it on FNG. So it's going to be the 5 position Shadow Demon.
Okay, so the Shadow Demon like definitely allows him to have that small skirmish, like early mid game non-stop fighting abilities, which I think they really need on the side of Alliance. Because I was thinking, this Necrophos and Oracle, they look really, really hard to deal with. I'm not sure if Alliance had the damage output, but now with that Demonic Purge, they will have the damage output to be able to kill this Necrophos.
No, sure. It's maybe later on, but yeah, definitely for the early mid, where the Necrophos wants to be most active, he is going to be pretty much immortal. So it's about killing the rest of them. It's about getting around to the backlines. But nevertheless, let's get into it. Game number 2, Virtus Prodigy versus Alliance here at the OGA Dota pit. And we are down to the second game. Virtus Prodigy 1 game up. Alliance need this win or they are out of the tournament. It's a lower bracket finals. Winner goes through to the grand finals to play off versus Secret and get second place. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding.
Half kidding.
I said this yesterday.
A semi-kappa.
Yeah, people are completely expecting a 3-0 finals, but if either of these teams take any games out of Secret, that's already going to be a win. It just can't help but feel like you have to wait for Secret to drop the ball, essentially. When are they gonna experiment just a little too much? And actually happened already in this tournament against VP Prodigy, right? Puppy tried to make Spirit Breaker work, and it didn't.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker is just a bit too bad.
That's the one game that Secret really lost.
Didn't work out for them.
I must say though, this VP Prodigy lineup, I think it's a little bit too greedy for my taste, at least, considering all the other lineups that they have played so far in this tournament and what other teams have been playing too. Necrophos Anti-Mage, you need a lot of farm. And on top of that, this Lina needs a lot of farm too and a lot of space for herself to be able to push lanes out to be impactful, essentially. And VP Project have a lot of very staticky heroes that can't really move around. Like, who's going to make plays on their lineup?
DM. I mean, I would have agreed if it was a different team. True. But I've seen DM Magnus. This man, he's not like your normal Magnuses. He doesn't look at jungle creeps. He makes stacks for his carry, and then he goes and he skewers people down. I mean, I haven't seen anyone have more game impact on a mag without Blink Dagger than DM in this tournament. So definitely looking forward to seeing him flex that hero and make the best use out of it.
Yeah, I just hope that VP Prodigy, they know what they're doing here and they can get to this early mid game, because that's gonna be their biggest weakness in their draft. They're just spamming all chat lines here. FNG is the only one who's entertaining them. I think everybody else on Alliance has just muted them pretty much.
Alliance.fng, and he's laughing at him. Ooh, the all chat spice coming out from his former teammate.
Hype.
Hi.
GPK.
Doing the 180. The old 180. Yeah, he's finally got that tag up after being released from his contract. Alliance and FNG, a beautiful sight to behold for all Alliance fans, I'm sure. This guy's done a lot for this team. And now he's being tested more than ever against his first Pro Prodigy roster. Not just the win at stake, but also his pride versus a former teammate, a fellow CIS star, up and coming. I mean, a bunch of them, to be honest. A lot of the up and coming CIS stars in this Virtus Pro Prodigy team. Save, always one a lot of people have had their eye on, you know. His captaining is clearly extremely effective in this team.
30 seconds to battle.
I have very high hopes for VP Prodigy. I think these guys are gonna really do something. They have the new captain and Save. My only concern about this team is like Save and Lil. They feel kind of like very similar players in their play styles and stuff. And I haven't really seen Lil play like these, you know, Earth Spirits and tiny kind of heroes, which are quite popular at the moment.
The battle begins.
I wonder if he's even interested in playing those heroes.
Yeah, he seems to be happy with his Leaner and his Elder Titan for the time being. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's worth mentioning that you know, this team brought in new 2 players just before the start of this tournament, and they're already getting themselves a top 3, possibly even top 2 with Lil and GPK joining the squad. Really good stuff.
Definitely. So it looks like Oracle is going to start level 1 top here. They're going to try to get some kind of a first blood onto Nico Baby. You know that Morphling has the skill Attribute Shift. Nico Baby is playing very, very cautiously. He's like,
Waiting for somebody to show in the bottom lane. Oh, he's not actually. He comes forwards, and Save immediately going to start with the Fortune Zen. But Nico Baby, he spotted it out. They'll bring him back. They've got the LSA. It's going to be a decent amount of harass, but harassment is all it should be. No kills up here at top, and Nico's just going to straight up pop the salve.
That's really good from Nico Baby there. That was really, really good. To just be so patient, expecting some kind of a level 1 play onto him.
Yep, so.
Replicate was not really punished actually during this time. It's not a whole lot they were able to do against him.
Yeah, just wave a Terror and right clicks from the Wind Ranger. But meanwhile, actually, First Blood comes in the top lane as they bring down FNG. Oh dear. It was just a shockwave into the Light Strike Array combo, and that is enough to actually get a kill onto the Shadow Demon. It's more than enough damage.
That's a big yikes. And he also scaled up Disruption level 1, so there's not a whole lot of lane presence from this Shadow Demon until he hits level 2. Shadow Poison is how you manage to secure your carry's lane.
Yeah,
so.
a little bit close for comfort there for Epilogue to Kid, but he is going to be okay. So how do you think this mid lane's going to go? We've got the Ember Spirit versus the Necrophos, Limp versus GPK.
It's so hard for Ember. This is an insanely hard lane. I mean, he's doing good right now, which is kind of impressive, but I think as the lane progresses, it's going to get harder and harder. You're going to have to bring out so much regen as an Ember Spirit. But he does have a bottle already, actually, which is quite nice for Mr. Limp here.
Yeah, he has been going for these bottle rushes in both of his games. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, Nico Baby forced to waveform away from Lil and DM. This horrifying dual lane is really putting on a lot of pressure onto this Morphling and onto the Shadow Demon so far. They're struggling. That's not an understatement.
There's so much creep manipulation available on VP Prodigy side's top lane here, so they're gonna just try to push a lane in, pull the big camp. FNG has his work cut out for him to try and stop all these pulls from happening.
Yeah, and even throwing down the shockwave here. Oh, Light Strike Array just about connects onto FNG. This could be trouble for him as DM just continues to chase him down. Lots of right clicks as well, but it's not enough to finish him. And now Nico Baby actually coming onto the Lina here. Needs one more right click. Can't quite find him. He manages to play around the trees there. Some nice movements from Lil. And he's going back in for the courier as well. Oh, is he? No, he's not. He's looking for a retreating FNG perhaps. But FNG had the regen, so he's going to be all right. Goodness me, that was close. Meanwhile, so close. Down in the bottom lane, Save nearly drops as well on the Oracle. He gets himself away from Alliance.
I wonder if it would have been worth it to have this Shadow Demon bottom instead of the Wind Ranger, so that the Shadow Demon's up against the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage would feel so bad getting up Mana Break in a lane against SD. And they kind of just kick him out of the lane like that.
Yeah, true. Using
Because the
his
Shadow Demon right now is not able to really do a whole lot against his Magnus and the Lina top.
no, they're flying out of control on this top lane. Virtus Pro Prodigy. It's such a strong lane from them. Meanwhile, Limp and
Rune.
GPK having a little bit of a fight over a non-existent power rune as Lil's actually the one to grab it now. He's coming in, might be looking for a bit of aggression onto Limp here, but a nice dodge with the Sleight of Fist is going to keep Limp nice and safe, and he'll grab himself that salve as well.
FNG also canceling his TP on middle.
Yep.
Sucks for Limp, he doesn't get to refill his bottle.
True enough. Well, he was TPing in from the top lane, I think, so yeah, it wouldn't have been a bottle refill for him, unfortunately. Or was it, do you mean because he didn't get the rune?
Yeah.
Ah, right, gotcha.
Because he didn't get the rune. But
Yeah.
actually, Limp has been doing really, really good in this lane as of right now. He's staying even or equal to GPK here. I've seen these lanes go like 80-20 sometimes for the Necrophos.
Really?
Embers get absolutely smashed, yeah. So
Radiant
very
structures
impressive
are fortified.
from Limp here in a very clutch, very important game. He's able to keep it cool.
Radiant are scared.
Yep, he's pulling it off, that's for sure.
Dire's
Even making
middle
himself
tower is
some
under
little
attack.
stacks as well as he goes across to get the bounty rune. Always got to find your value when you're doing that.
Radiant
Love to see it.
Summoner
Limp,
has been killed.
good performance in the middle lane so far. Nico Baby is still being able to grab himself a good amount of farm versus DM as well. In fact, even getting a little bit more than Epileptic down at bottom, which is quite surprising, in fact. This is the problem though. Handskin, he's just doing so much right-click damage with the Wave of Terror. Now he gets the two-man shackle off as well. Save just taking so many hits here. They're looking for the turnaround, but with a win run on Handskin, it's just not going to happen. And, well, no, clear themselves back. That's a pretty big loss for Virtus Pro Prodigy.
Yeah, check out the build on Venge and Anti-Mage. S4 not scaling up that magic missile, so there's more right-click damage, and Anti-Mage not scaling up the counterspell to dodge that magic missile. So some mind games going on down here too. It's pretty cool.
It is. When
Ooh,
he sees
Limp.
that magic missile, he'll level it up.
Is he going for this?
This is pretty brave.
Should I check
GPK,
here?
I don't think he's going to fall here. Nope, he gets the rotation in.
Okay.
That maybe have been what he was looking for, actually, as Lil's even coming into
Rune.
his middle lane. 3 heroes rotate in. All they get is the active rune deny. But, yeah, I mean, this is big space being made from Limp here. Both the side laners now come in towards this middle lane. That's going to give Nico Baby some space and put even more pressure onto Epileptic Kid.
Yeah, it's really big. The rune deny is nice as well. There's a catapult available on the mid wave, which I think they're gonna utilize and pressure up this Ember. GPK
Yeah,
does have an ulti.
Yeah, and
Oh,
ooh,
the stun. Okay.
Goodness me. Yeah, that was a nice sleight of fist once again. He gets his Flame Guard just constantly purged by save here once he's routed this middle lane, so it's very tricky for Limp to actually play into this.
Radiant's bottom tower. is
Epileptic
under
Kid though,
attack.
he might be losing a tower here. The catapult is pushing in bottom.
Yeah,
Lil
S4's
has to
doing
come
work. Yeah, drops a stun, but S4's still not that bothered. He's just dropping the right clicks onto Epileptic Kid. He's taking so much harassment from the Venge here all the time, keeping that catapult pewing away at that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. This is good stuff from S4. Will now be a little bit more cautious as saves actually come into this one as well. He's got the Fortune Zen, going to set up for Lil to come through with the LSA. Keep him nice and locked down. Epileptic Kid now on top of him as well. S4, I don't think he's got a way out of this one. Limp, though, he's coming to help out here. He's got the Sleight
Oh,
of
he's
Fist
alive.
onto 3 heroes and runs. He leaves S4 for dead. Sorry, buddy.
Burns, doesn't it?
Oh, power shot just
Radiant's top
scorches
tower is
over
under
onto save,
attack.
but unfortunately it's only level 2. Not quite enough damage just yet. Punishment comes down.
counterspell.
Yeah, FNG's chill. Disrupts himself.
That was interesting from Limp. He just kind of ditched him there. I thought he was going to commit to that with that level 3 Flame Guard.
Yeah, it could look like a really good opportunity for a 3-man flame, was it the Fire Remnants, but no, he bailed completely. Didn't expect that.
Who turned up the
Well,
heat?
looking at the net worth chart now, we
Dire's
see
middle tower
GPK
is
and
under attack.
DM, the heroes from Virtus Pro Prodigy, are having a good time. Meanwhile, everybody on the side of the alliance is actually having a really good time this laning phase, so a huge improvement from last game. And it's Epileptic Kid who's the big loser from this laning phase, and FNG continues to harass him, but now Lil comes over. Uh-oh. There's a double damage Lina. This could be some trouble, but the shackle comes out, maybe if it... Oh, he's trapped himself. And Epileptic Kid even waits for the last hit as well. Oh, dearie me, that was very, very nice from Epileptic Kid, just making that read and making the kill nice and easy for himself, like a fish in a barrel.
2 times already he's counterspelled the disruption from the Shadow Demon. So he's very familiar with the animation. He knows when to use it. GPK mid gonna take that tower.
Dire's middle
Wow.
tower
Huge.
has fallen.
Yeah.
So big. 8 minutes in. Mid tower falling for Alliance.
Yep, and that's going to mean that Epileptic Kid is going to be given more freedom to farm up, because now Alliance have to worry about the constant rotations coming into their jungle from Virtus Pro Prodigy. They've got free movement across the map now.
So we're going to probably see some rotations coming out once Limp gets this 10-minute power rune. The bounty runes are going to be quite important as well. Nico Baby right now, he's pretty happy with just chilling top with that Morbid Mask. I don't think he has any real pressure on him until Necrophos moves into his lane. And Anti-Mage here, he's just making his way towards that Mask of Madness, playing like a Faceless Void. Gonna get empowered later and just farm the triangle area.
Yep, he's got one thing on his mind, and that's money. I have to say though,
save.
there's going to be an Oracle in trouble. The stun comes down, the damage is there. Alliance grab the kill. Epileptic Kid just farming nearby, but will clear himself out quite shortly, I'd imagine. Meanwhile at top, Nico Baby, looking for the play onto Lil actually here. Just going for the solo, and Lim's going to come in from the side and make it a duo, and Lil, well, changed up, beating on down, the right clicks are in, and Lil is dead. Nice little pick up there from Alliance.
This is exactly what Alliance need to do. They need to be extremely active. Now that it's 10 minutes, the catapults are coming out. You got the tomes going to the supports as well. I think Shadow Demon will be taking one of those. Yeah, there we go. He's going to be like level 6.5. This is very big. They might even want to just run at this mid tower, honestly, with the Morphling and the Ember. Utilize this Demonic Purge onto the Necrophos. Get a huge kill on him. Meanwhile, stay bottom.
Yeah, the Oracle, he's in a spot of bother, and by that I mean he's absolutely dead as they drop down safe. Meanwhile, Epileptic Kid gets himself best for the RP comes out even, skewering him back under the tower just to make sure this Vengeful Spirit dies. S4 runs the opposite direction, but he will inevitably get his mozzarella melted down here in the bottom lane, and that's going to be a clean kill.
Balanced.
Meanwhile, Ping's coming
This is
out
where I
at
think-
top, but I don't think that's really going to happen onto GPK, not without FNG nearby.
Yeah, FNG's still chilling mid. He's level
Radiant
7.5.
structures are
Trying to push this lane in with the catapults. But I think GPK is going to back off Limp here. I mean, it is a position 1 and 2 in this top lane.
Radiant's
And there's a
middle
catapult
tower is under
breaking the
attack.
tower as well. They're going to get this.
Radiant's
Down
top
it goes.
tower has
Nico Baby
fallen.
takes himself a tower. GPK even getting a little bit scorched by that, but meanwhile in the mid lane, FNG, he's the one being jumped on right now. Just throw down the disruption onto Epileptic Kid, but the moment he comes out, he's going to take him down, but getting his mana burned for his efforts, still a worthwhile trade. Handskin looking for a bit of damage onto Lil. Can he finish the job here? He's got a power shot in 1 second. It is a lot, but it's not quite enough to finish off that Lina. He's just going to focus on the tower. Limp wants to come in and take this middle tier 1 tower, but meanwhile over at top, we got an action coming down as Nico Baby just trying to make his way around the side of this fight. Finds a courier at the very least. I think that's the only kill they're going to be getting on Alliance here. They've seen this stack. I don't think they could take it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe with the
They
Ember
want
coming
it.
over.
They want this
They do.
triple ancient stack. And BB Pride's like, hello? Are you guys sure about this?
Guys, come on. Like, you're not taking this stack. GPK's here, DM is here, Epileptic Kid's here. The whole crew has arrived to defend this stack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They really want to protect this triangle area. Mid tower is going to fall though. That's
Radiant's
all
middle
3 tier 1
tower has
towers
fallen.
of BB Prodigy dead now.
Good stuff from Alliance. Real big improvement. And actually, just by playing this vision game, by posturing and taking their towers and forcing heroes out of where they want to be, they're able to take the stack regardless. They knew exactly what they were doing with this movement here, Alliance. And maybe they even find themselves a quick engagement. And then they go onto GPK, that ultimate's being popped, the Demonic Purge onto him. Meanwhile, DM just trying to get the skewer down to the low ground. Save, even going to drop the ultimate onto the Necrophos to try and keep him alive. A couple of heals thrown out as the Demonic Purge ends. He does actually use it at a great time there, just before GPK, but unfortunately still will be popping all the same. And now they look at the backlines. Limp gets himself another kill. 3 heroes dead on the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy. Alliance, they are in this game and then some. A great laning phase leads into a great first fight for them.
Oh, that was so good by Alliance. They're just controlling up this triangle area, forcing BB Prodigy to keep running into them. BB Prodigy, if you saw Epileptic Kid draw the lines on the minimap, he was like, guys, stop running into them. Just go to the lanes, push these lanes out, force Alliance to react to our pressure instead of us reacting to them. That's what you got to do. And right now, Alliance have a 3k goal lead, but that can change really quickly with the Magnus, Empower, and the Anti-Mage. That being said, the Alliance are in such a good spot right now. They have really strong early game fighting heroes. They got auras on the bench for Spirit. They both bought Dragonlance, the Morphling, and the bench. They want to fight now.
Yeah, and all this range on the Morphling's really going to start to look scary with the Vengeance Aura and the Dragon Lance as well. He's going to be hitting so far away. Very hard hero to play into.
And Ember also going for a Desolator. They're going to have an insane amount of physical damage on Alliance's side, and then there's also going to be that max level disruption already available on the Shadow Demon for this anti-mage too.
Yeah, they got a lot of counter picks for the side of Alliance.
Have you ever seen a build like this on Shadow Demon? 4 levels in disruption, 3 in Soul Catcher, 0 in Shadow Poison.
0 in Shadow Poison. Can't say I have. No, have you?
Nah, it's been a really long time since something like this, but you at least get that one value point to D-ward, right, with your sentries, so you can see up on hills and such. But the reason for this, I guess, is because of the Oracle. The Oracle can just easily Fortune Send any like 4-stack, 5 stacks of Shadow Poison, and he really wants that max disruption against the anti-mage. And the cooldown is kind of big too for the save.
GPK is going to walk in here, but they've got that ultimate once again. Demonic Purge comes down, but the RP onto 2. Is it enough to save GPK? It is. The save comes in from Oracle as well. Now the Reaper Scythe comes coming down right back the other way. Hanskin there for G already losing their life. S4 trying to get himself out. And the Nico Baby, he goes in. Looking for a little backlands here, but he's actually got isolated from his team and doesn't have a waveform for another 6 seconds. And he's getting his mana burned as well. Shockwave comes through. Nico Baby, he's in some trouble. Is anybody kind of coming helping out? Limp is nearby, but he's just farming a creep wave. Wants nothing to do with this. The Morphling's going to go down. And a huge loss for Alliance. They want to fight in the same area early on, but this time it goes coming back the other way. Oh dearie me.
Oh, DM with that blink, Oracle with the perfect save onto Necrophos. As soon as that ulti came off and they got that mech, the Death Pulse is just one full heal on the Necro 2. Alliance thought that was a really good play because they got that Purge onto the Necrophos, but it was a trap all along.
Lil. Oh, nicely done by Lil, actually baiting out the Light Striker Ray onto Limp here, forcing him to use the Sleight of Fist too early, and then catching him out a little bit. Save actually coming in. He's got himself a Fortune's End. Lil with the LSA. Won't be in range for it, though. But, yeah, do you think there's anything to be said about using the Demonic Purge too early on FNG?
I think they just didn't have enough heroes there. If the Morphling was nearby or that was like a smoke play with the Morphling, that Necrophos would just instantly die. You need to try and burst him, right? Before the Oracle comes out with the save. So you kind of just need to drop that ultimate as soon as you see him.
It's unfortunate because it is giving the Oracle a really easy window to just come in at the end with the False Promise. And then get his healing spells off afterwards, posthumously.
So he's going for that same build on the anti-mage, skipping Battle Fury altogether, letting the Empower be his source of farming.
Meanwhile, though, Alliance are in Roshan. They've got a lot of damage for this as well, although not that much tankiness. Limp is kind of struggling a bit, but luckily he's got this illusion to help him out. Nika Baby and S4 just getting to work. They're going to get away with this as well. Virtus Pro Prodigy making the same mistakes Alliance made in game number 1, where they just forget about Roshan and give it away for free.
They don't really have a lot of spells that can poke into the Roshan pit, right? So it's kind of hard for them to just play in that area and just keep an eye out on Alliance. They don't have anything anyone who can commit. Either the Magnus didn't have his RP available, so they just spent this time farming up. I think they're not going to take any engagements for the next 5 minutes on VP Prodigy anyway. They're just going to give up everything and just try to get some split push going.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Split the waves, win the games. That's the game. Meanwhile, Nika Baby will just TP down to the bottom. Whoa, this is sloppy. He's actually just walked up and they completely missed it. Like, wait, there was someone here, I swear.
It was Vision. It was Vision. He dropped the ward and Alliance couldn't see him. That's crew vision right there.
Mm-hmm. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Now Limp moves in towards the middle lane. They're going to be a little bit disappointed about that one. They knew there was a hero nearby. I guess they assumed it was like an anti-mage or something, not realizing it was an Oracle with a vision advantage. Maybe with his Invis rune, Limp can make something happen. But Alliance, you know, this is a point where they need to start making some decisive plays on the map. They need to find the VP Prodigy heroes, kill them, and start taking some buildings. If they don't, they're just going to get split pushed to oblivion.
Yeah, tier 2 tower here would be really nice if you can get the outpost before the 20 minutes, take away a little bit of XP from the opponent, save actually sniping a courier here. That had a Sanj on it. So that was Nico Baby, Sanj, and Yasha.
Wow.
Kinda
Okay.
feels bad.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great at all.
Radiant's
Meanwhile,
bottom tower
Virtus
is
Pro
under
Prodigy
attack.
just farming up the other side of the map, pushing in the other side of the game, and pushing that top wave in, whilst the bottom wave gets pushed in by Alliance.
Yep. And they only have 3 minutes left on this Aegis too, so
Dire's
tower,
top tower
outpost,
is under
cool,
attack.
and then take over the top
Radiant's
and mid area
bottom tower
maybe.
has
Actually, they're
fallen.
just gonna look to go into the high ground here. They want to force VP Prodigy back.
Yeah, they're
And
pinging
Lina
this.
needs to be the first one here to shove these lanes out with the Dragon Slave, or the creeps.
Look at DM's positioning though. All he needs to do is blink in RP and skewer somebody back, and they can probably turn that into a kill. And in he goes, well, gets the skewer with the shockwave regardless, but it's onto Nico Baby, who just waveforms himself out. Meanwhile, there's a lot of damage coming through onto GPK, but Save is hanging back with that false promise ready to go. Meanwhile, Nico Baby just focusing on the buildings. They have one objective here. It's going to be that tower. Now that everyone's back, they're going to wait for the next creep wave alliance. Just play it nice and careful, nice and steady.
Ooh, Epileptic Kid is here too. He really wants to fight. He's got that
Oh,
mana available.
initiation onto the Ember Spirit. The swap has to come out to try and help out Limp here. It does save his life. Meanwhile, the save actually going to be used on that. Let's give it. There comes the RP onto 2. There's in a lot of trouble right now. The Reaper Scythe comes down. It's for the hands again. Both gone down. GPK is the only one to lose his life on the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy. But Nico Baby, he's in deep. He has got himself that Aegis of Immortality. The rest of the team, though, don't seem to be sticking around to try and help him out. FNG's sitting in the tree lines. Maybe if you can do something with the disruption here to help out
the
onto
Ember?
Epileptic Kid, and Ember's coming back in. They want to try and make a play here. Is this really a good idea? Epileptic Kid's getting pretty low as the skewer comes in to disrupt Limp. Nico Baby is okay as they blink themselves away on Virtus Pro Prodigy. They just want to have the time to think and not get caught out here by Alliance. Even though it's only 3 heroes against 4, they are going to be very, very cautious on the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy not to overstep and feed anything away. But look at Epileptic Kid immediately out of the map, immediately up to top after that fight, just getting as much farm as possible as quickly as possible. Even sees Limp here, but Limp, he's not taking any chances.
Oh, that's such a big win for VP Prodigy there. I think Alliance made a huge mistake in going to the high ground, seeing 5 heroes, and still committing to the engagement. As soon as you see 5, you gotta back off and start pushing out the other lanes and controlling up VP Prodigy. It's too early to just walk into the high ground. And Anti-Mage coming in with that Manta, the clumsy net, making the plays. Magnus, super nice RP. Disruption did not come out before the skewer, so Alliance got really put out of position in that last engagement. Double damage on
GPK
Ember.
does fall though, which is it's putting him back a little bit. He's not in the position where he'd
I
want
think
to
he's
be on.
okay with that.
Yeah.
He knows his role in this game. He's just the
Dire's
support,
top tower
essentially,
is
or the
under
utility
attack.
hero. He's got the mech. I think he's going for a Dagon now, which is kind of interesting. Maybe Guardian Greaves might be a little bit better. But it's really good against Morphling anyway, the Dagon.
S4 could be the target here, and there goes Shockwave, but no, they don't manage to combo it up with the Skewer. Now there's a TP coming in, but Lil might be still looking for something here. Let's see. They go forward onto Limp. They want to try and bring down the Ember Spirit. They've got the stun, they've got the damage. He's just completely eviscerated. Meanwhile, Hans getting on the backline trying to finish off DM. DM surviving on 60 HP. Maybe they don't take him down, but I don't think so. Power Shot misses as well, but Nico Baby will finish the job with a right click and adaptive strike. Meanwhile, Lil into the trees. Will they find him? They do have a Power Shot. Pings are coming out from somebody, and that's actually from the Anti-Mage.
He's good. Lil's good, I think.
Oh god, it's so close. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Just balls of steel on Lil here as he holds steady in his little patch in the trees and will get away eventually. Or we'll just stay here and kill off the next creep wave. Why not? Well,
That was really nice. And the Anti-Mage with this Comty net is so good.
Sick
Jumping
against
onto that Ember.
Yeah.
Exactly. Burning up his mana void, free kills. And if this Ember actually tries to solo push any lanes, it's going to be the same situation. Shadow Demon.
Hanskin comes in. Oh my god, he actually just takes so much damage though from the mana void. Epileptic Kid, he just gets himself a double. Oh no, Alliance. That is
shot.
not how you play Dota 2, I'm afraid. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the
that
counter
was a
spell
complete
on the
failure.
Shaco shot. That was so cool.
Man, that was the blink coming out from the Wind Ranger trying to save a teammate, but unfortunately she just blinks into a whole world of hurt.
He's going for a Scotty now. It's going to have so much more stats, and everything is just looking like Virtus Pro are in the driver's seat now. I mean, 1k gold advantage for Alliance, but it doesn't seem like they have any solution for this
Dire
Anti-Mage
are
anymore.
scanning.
And they're constantly getting split pushed all over the map.
Yeah, the lanes are in control of Virtus Pro Prodigy, and it feels like the game is as well. And they're even looking on to Nico Baby here. And in they go, RP just straight away used, no hesitation here, but the disruption comes out from FNG to try and save them all. Now they're going to look for the turnaround as they got the shackle out onto 2. That's really nice. They're going to be able to take down Lil straight away. AM blinks to the side as Nico Baby continues on the onslaught here. Looking for GPK. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, they're going to take down the Oracle. He hasn't got an ultimate anymore, but they want to kill him all the same. But meanwhile, Nico Baby and Lim, they look for the big target. Necrophos is going to be the one. Can they finish the job here? I think they most certainly can. The Ghost Shroud ends, and with it, GPK's life. Meanwhile, save gets finished off by Hanskin on the side by the wind. Really good fight here from Alliance as they come swinging back the other way. They bring everything, and they are able to take down a good couple of heroes with this Desolator Ember Spirit doing so much work. But it all starts from FNG's huge save with the disruption, completely countering out that RP from DM.
Oh yeah, and they're going to walk straight into the high ground here. And Necrophos, he needs to make a decision. Is he going to buy back? 20 seconds left. This tier 3 tower is surely dead. They have no glyph. Oh, they have a glyph up again. Last time.
They just don't want to fight without RP though. It's really awkward, but Alliance aren't giving them much of a choice. DM, gets a 2-man skewer, and actually, they caught him with the life strike array mid-skewer. That was KU by Lil. And now, well, they try to follow up here onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby blinks himself away, but without their Ember Spirit, it's such a hard fight. FNG though, he's actually caught behind, and that's going to be an easy kill for Epileptic Kids to casually get inside, but they want Nico Baby. They want the big baby. And now with the Reaper side, they're going to get him dead for 80 seconds. It comes flying back in the other direction as S4 gets the TP away. Lil can't stop him. 1 second left on his heels as he makes his way out, but my goodness, that combo was so good. Lil knew that he couldn't actually wait to cast the Light Strike array on them as they landed, because it's a Morphling and an Ember Spirit. These two heroes were not stunned up by RP or anything, so at the moment they landed, they were both going to instantly cast their spells and get away. So he uses the Light Strike array mid-skewer onto 2 heroes. I mean, that was one of the best plays I've seen on Alina in a very, very long time.
Yeah, these guys are really in the zone. They know exactly what they need to do to accomplish a team fight. And Alliance making the same mistake again, really underestimate the power of this Magnus going up into the high ground. Even if he doesn't have RP, that skewer is a big, big factor. Morphling dying for 70 seconds, they get so much out of the map. They're going to be able to take their own tier 2 tower. That means the outposts are going to be exposed. And Anti-Mage, he's happy about this. He's got a Scotty, he's got a Manta, he's very unkillable at this stage in the game.
He's a beast. He is a beast. Yeah, you skip on this Battle Fury and you feel very good about your item progression.
Lines on the map. Epileptic Kid is like, just farm all the way in this area, okay? Don't leave this. We're gonna play for the next Roshan. This is our game now.
Set up for it. Simple game plan for Virtus Pro Prodigy now. Roshan has actually respawned already. Nice quick one.
Radiant are scanning.
Thank you.
Alliance actually,
they know what's up.
They need to get this this cliff dewarded, but Epileptic Kid, he's actually almost blinked forward. Oh, changes his mind at the last second. They see those 2 heroes wrapping around from the side, so Alliance actually going for a smoke here of their own. They just want to push into the enemy jungle though. I don't think this is the fight they're looking for, although they kind of need to look for it because Roshan is up. They need to do
the
something.
scan on the Rosh.
They do, but it's a bit of a bait because they're not actually inside Roshan. Save, he's going to plonk down this ward and immediately see 2 heroes showing. They go down the sentry, and they know immediately what's going on here. I want to die, says Save after his ward gets immediately dewarded. Doesn't feel great.
They're trying to do some outmaneuvering here. They're gonna try to attack the Virtus Pro base while they think Alliance is doing. Sorry, while Virtus Pro is doing Roshan, but Virtus Pro is not even doing Roshan. They're actually just gonna creep skip here. They do have a few creeps left though, and they have Solar Crest available on the bench. This could be a lot of damage onto the buildings.
Virtus Pro Prodigy just holding this triangle. Alliance in a very interesting position. They're wanting to see if anybody comes in and defends this middle lane of creeps. They've got the swap with S4 ready, but no one's making themselves an easy target. They're being way too cautious.
For Alliance. This is way over for Alliance. Unless they actually swap this Anti-Mage right now. But they have to worry about the Oracle, the Magnus RP.
And in they go. Swap actually comes through onto the end, but immediate blink away. Okay, that wasn't exciting. And now that's gone. I mean, they're feeling confident to do Roche. Virtus Pro Prodigy, they feel like, right, we've got the knowledge now. We know where they were on the map. We can take this Roshan. If they come from this area, we know we've got the vision advantage, so it's very difficult for Alliance to actually come and fight this. And we're even going to take down that sentry, so just make sure nothing is left to chance. GPK on the front here. Couple of spells being thrown around. No one with the hard commit just yet. It's feeling very, very close. Epileptic Kid, though. He can do this Roche by himself. He absolutely can do this Roche by himself if they just leave him in here. He's got the Lifesteal from the Mask of Madness, the Orb of Corruption, sorry, Orb of Destruction helping out as well.
One ward left on FNG. Oh no, that ward is getting dewarded.
Oh god,
Alliance
every
have
single
no
one.
vision. Yeah, they have no vision in this engagement whatsoever. They're essentially fighting blind, and they have to find the Oracle. If Alliance don't find the Oracle, the fight's always going to be a loss for them, I think.
Very tricky. I mean, there's a point where you just give this one up because they have no vision, they can't find the Oracle, they can't find engagement to the fight. Like Virtus Pro Prodigy, every single time, you know, they came up to this cliff here Alliance, they put down a ward, but no, dewarded. Initially, they tried to get one up on this clip, although it was down here actually, dewarded immediately. They try one more time to get one down here, dewarded.
They can try to swap and steal this Aegis, which is a possibility.
That's why it's feeling so tense, because Virtus Pro Prodigy are like, we don't actually want to get this Roshan that low, because when we do that, things can get spicy real quick. And I'm not sure they've got the heat tolerance to deal with that. Goodness gracious, such a tense fight the last 2 minutes. Both teams just dangling. Nico Baby hiding behind a solitary tree. S4. Not afraid to be a little bit more in the front as Handskin actually jumps forwards onto DM. DM was actually the one who blinked in here, trying to look for a target as the shackle comes down to 2. They're going to have to drop the save onto DM, but that's going to allow him to get off the RP onto 3. They're on top of them as well. Where's the follow-up damage, though? They're going to be able to take down 2. Maybe S4 still surviving, but the Reaper side's going to take down Nico Baby. DM gets it big. As they look in towards the Ember Spirit as well, Limp trying to blink himself away, but actually Anti-Mage isn't actually that healthy. He needs to stay away from Limp if anything, but no he doesn't. He's going to finish him off and get the kill. Fortune's End, follow it up as well. Beautifully done. That is some good Dota 2 coming out from Virtus Pro Prodigy. Lil still trying to chase the last straggler. Handskin, he's going to round himself to the tree. Meanwhile, Epileptic Kid, though, he's getting straight into the pit, finishing off Roche, getting that Aegis and that cheese into their hands. Oh my goodness.
And a whole bunch of gold. That was insane. They got that nice Oracle ulti onto Madness, and then he just goes in for that triple RP. Oh, Alliance, man. This is the problem with their lineup. They got really strong physical damage heroes, but they don't have the team fighting to match Virtus Pro.
They don't. And that was so awkward as well, you know, the DM blinks in on the front lines. I thought that was a horrible initiation from him. And then Alliance just start dumping spells on him, but Oracle just says, hey, no, a false promise. He all of a sudden just gets to skew up into the high ground, and just like that gets himself a 3-man RP. There was no element of surprise there. Everything they saw, that Magnus, they knew the Oracle was behind him. They could have figured it out, but unfortunately, I mean, they knew it was going to happen. There's nothing they could do at that point. It's just the way the team fight played out. The DM just realizing that, wait a minute, I can start this fight. I think he was looking for the RP onto the 2 supports, but it just so ended up that he was able to get it onto more. Goodness gracious.
Well, if you look at that,
I'm looking at an Ember Spirit right now. Limpy's trying to get himself away a tiny little bit, gets not enough. Shockwave cuts him down, and oh my god, the Morphling also in some trouble here. Laguna Blade comes through, he's dead. Oh no, both the cores of the side of Alliance get taken out. The support's heading the same way as well. Nico Baby, FNG, both down, and they're even dropping the smiley faces in the all chat from Epileptic Kid. He is flexing on this team right now as they take down S4. Virtus Pro Prodigy, they are feeling it right now. They're dropping it in the old chat. They are getting very, very confident. They do need to go back and get this creep wave, but then they can start to push on this high ground. Alliance have fallen so far behind. Oh my goodness. I mean, that was just an Ember Spirit. You know, he's having such a tough game at this point. Handskin, what are you doing? That is not where you want to be right now. The Wind Ranger loses life as well, and now they're up onto the high ground. What's happening, Theban? What's going on here? What are we watching?
Well, this is what happens when you don't have a whole lot of team fighting and you make 2 very crucial mistakes going into the high ground of Virtus Pro Prodigy. You also gave DM Magnus. This man is an absolute beast on this hero. Like, his positioning, his skewers, he's even able to find farm when he's pretty much like the 3rd or 4th position in the lineup. I think Lil even gets more priority than he does in most of these games on Mag.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Lil's the one farming the lanes. Mag will just take a couple of jungle creeps and be happy with it. And in he goes again, looking for Limp. Limp, he's just not allowed to play the game anymore. They do get the disruption out onto the support. Limp's actually going to buy back into this to try and take this fight, but Epileptic, he's in deep onto Nico. Maybe the Reaper's Life comes down, takes them all. Forget the engagement for 100 seconds. Has to get some trouble. They jump the backlines, take down FNG. Epileptic gets saved by save, even though he's got an Aegis. They just want to keep him alive all the same. Lil comes in as well, dropping the LSA down onto the Vengeful Spirit. S4's taking on the final alliance, still trying to give it their all, still trying to come back into this one. It's only 3 heroes versus 5, though. The numbers are not in their favor. Nothing is in their favor right now. Hanskin tries to make the play with the Ironwood Tree and the Shackle. Doesn't work out. And now DM, he's almost in the fountain, going for the Shockwave Skewer. Doesn't quite pay off for him as Epileptic backs himself away, along with the rest of Virtus Pro Prodigy. They're going to go back and look for the barracks instead. 64 seconds without that Morphling. Oh no. Oh no. It doesn't feel good. And another Abyssal Blade forwards onto Limp. He is just dead again. Limp cannot play this game against this lineup. It's just not possible. Epileptic Kid continuously finds him. Alliance, I think they've just been eliminated. And there it is. The GG's come out. They've done it. Virtus Pro Prodigy take down Alliance in a very tidy 2-game series. Wow. I mean, what a performance from this team. We knew they had it in them, but I didn't expect it to be this good. But man, they destroyed them.
Oh, destroyed. Man, that really sucks for Alliance. I was expecting so much more from them, but the way that they rammed their heads into the high ground, it was just so awkward and not really respecting the potential of VP Prodigy's fights. I think they could have actually out-farmed VP Prodigy and contained them a little bit more. But now we get to see a really interesting matchup with VP Prodigy versus Secret. You know, these guys are a wild card. Anything can happen.